in 3, 2, 1. And thank you for tuning in to Bridge Podcast, episode 9. Today we have a very special guest. We have Ace Smartz of New Orleans. I'm going to let you introduce yourself there, Ace.
What's going on? Y'all know me as Ace Smartz with the Z. Real name Ace Smartz though without the Z. So y'all tag in. You heard me from Louisiana. You did. I'm about to step into it on Bridge Podcast. Appreciate you for having me here, bro.
Of course, man. Appreciate you coming on. We're definitely excited to get to it. But first, I do want to thank you, Ace, for the work you're doing on social media, man. I mean, we need leaders to speak out, leaders like yourself, people that aren't afraid. I mean, we all know it's no secret. The other team's getting paid a ridiculous amount of money per post. And in a world where we don't know who's getting paid and what's not, all I know is we're not getting paid to say.
I'm not getting paid. That's the main thing about it. I ain't getting paid. And I've been in positions. I've been in position where they want to pay me. You know what I'm saying? And I started seeing certain things differently. When Charlie Kirk was alive, I went to the last TPUSA meeting and I felt weird. I felt weird that like I couldn't put my hand on it at the time. I was talking to my manager and I kept telling my manager, look, baby girl, I don't like these people. Everybody paid, everybody was paid to be here but me.
Wow. That was
So
before Charlie was killed?
that was the last summit in Tampa. It was youth student summit. It was some type of summit in Tampa, Florida.
Wow. I had I just
I
had a
actually have the
conversation with
badge right
somebody.
here. I have the badge right here.
Wow. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I had a
I just
badge
had
right
somebody
there.
tell me they went to a TPA thing like a month ago and they thought that was really weird
And
after Charlie was dead.
I felt it was weird when I was there. And it wasn't what they was doing or anything. It was just what I was seeing, how I was viewing certain things was like, I see one American flag. I won't even need to say the rest, but just like one out of all these flags.
You know, we're dealing with that here in New Jersey. We're in New Jersey, by the way, and in Long Branch down the shore, they're flying 6 Israeli flags, and a bunch of people are going to the town to complain about it, saying, you know, it's a little ridiculous that there's not one American flag in the center of our town, and they just want to change that. Um, it's just nuts, man. It really is. Yeah.
I feel like people saying that they not anti-Semitic and stuff like that. That doesn't help our problem if they're not, or if they is. You know what I'm saying? We have our own individual outlines on everything right now, bro. And sorry for the things that happened to you and all that other stuff, but I got a cousin that just got killed. They was in a part of a mass murdering, and I know it's kind of different because it's a religious thing and one is a self chaotic thing, but it's all the same to me once you numb. You know what I'm saying? Once you have to accept that your family members died a couple of times, you numb. You be like, fuck it. Like, why would I care at this point about some other stuff? I'm sorry that happened. I ain't had nothing to do with it. I gotta still pay all these heavy ass bills and taxes.
You know, people like your stuff. At least I do. I like your stuff because there's truth to your comedy. It's, you know, they say it's funny because it's true, but it's like
Yeah.
it gets getting ridiculous. Now we condemn anti-Semitism. That's never acceptable. You know, any kind of racism towards anyone is really not acceptable. But it is not anti-Semitic to point out certain things. You know, and that's where I think we're really edging into a tricky area where if people are just getting dismissed. I mean, do you know who Miss Rachel is?
Yes.
You see
When I
what they do?
seen when I'm gonna be honest with you, Miss Rachel was kind of like my waking up point. Like, first of all, I'd never seen a woman have this amount of reach on every single kid ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's not a kid that doesn't just beam when her voice comes through the thing, and it causes everybody else to smile. Now, just making babies and the parents of those babies smile, and then we smiling because they smiling. It's contagious.
It is.
That's not evil to me. So whenever you able to condemn her, that kind of shine the light. Like, to be honest, I don't condone nothing that's happening to them. I don't doubt that they getting persecuted. I don't doubt some of this is at the hand of they self too. You heard me? It kind of got to get to that point where you be like, but what you did? Like, at what point do you? Because I don't even take up for my brother that much.
What I say is like when we have a repeated scenario that's happening over and over, you know, Do you know what the definition of insanity is? It's doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And I think that's what we're doing with this whole thing. We're just doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, falling for the same BS propaganda on both sides. I'm not saying it's come from one side or the other, but it's like we're so busy looking at left and right, and people want to complain about these ground level issues like, the LGBT agenda or whatever it is, black crime rates, you name it. If we're all looking at each other fighting left versus right, nobody's looking up at the real issue of what's going on. Nothing gets changed.
Don't nobody care. And that's when I realized my power, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know I had this much of a power until like probably my third Instagram page, and I got back to 100,000 followers on that Instagram page, and I was like, well, it's me. It's 100% me. And I started accepting that the fact that it was actually me making that progress versus the topics. And I said, damn, well, it's just my voice because I see other people doing it. I was able to home in on that power and not take advantage of it. That is one of the most hardest things in the world that you see content creators ain't gonna be able to do. They can't take that power and then come back and say I was wrong about this because they feel like they're gonna lose it all. So many people have built their whole entire life off that money from views. They're willing to say anything. So you get people those people vulnerable in a time of where I don't want to look like I'm going back to work and I got a 500,000 followers, 1 million followers. I
You're
don't
right.
want to go back to work, and they offer $7,000 to preach this message. And it's okay, bro. Spend your money how you want, but could we not give it to you to give it back to the people that already got it? That's not contributing. Like it's a revolving cycle, and don't nobody want to say who is the actual cause. I mean, you got people like Nick Fuentes that say that, but and those names don't associate with every Jew. I always want to make sure I say that though, because I hate for people to over associate me with shit
We're talking
because
about
I'm black.
Rothschild Zionism. That's at least what I think is the
That's
issue.
exactly what the fuck it is.
Hmm.
That's exactly what the hell it is. It's those people that are extremely elite. You don't have to look no further than the damn bank. You don't have to you don't have to look past that. I can't wake everybody up that way. And once I realize my power, I say, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wake you up like this with comedy.
Yeah.
That's why I make jokes and stuff, and I can do
Well,
satire, and I
got to
can.
use feelings. It can't always be word because we don't use logic when things get emotional. It's tough, man. I mean, people are gonna. We try to tell people that the grass is green. Israel's trying to tell you it's blue. The Israeli government is trying to tell you it's blue. And people are gonna get mad at us for showing them it's green. It's gonna happen. But you can't.
Right.
What's it? I think it's from a movie, but you can't force somebody else to wear the glasses. Once you put them on, you can never take them off, and you can't force anybody else to wear them. It's like
My dog Dick Gregory said that, and I don't remember what movie it came from, but I do remember watching that movie too. But I remember more so because of Dick Gregory saying you can't take these glasses off once you chose them because they special glasses fitted just for you.
yep.
They literally don't remove themselves. And it seemed like the deeper I got into this rabbit hole, the more I started to understand. Hey, APAC don't have to register as a foreign entity.
No, they don't.
Are we that close with them? Like, and then people say they don't run the country. Well, have you gone to central New Jersey
People of
in the
APAC.
middle?
People of APAC are the ones with the money that are running Israel. That's why that
Right.
lady Miriam just got on stage and offered, as a citizen, offered Trump another 250 million if he's going to run for a third term. That's power. And Trump says it right on stage. He goes, when somebody has this much money and power, we should let her speak and introduce herself for a minute. But it's like, what do you think they're doing behind the scenes with that money?
Thank
That's,
you.
you
Thank
know,
you. See, it was disheartening when I started talking to I won't say their names, but certain CIA agents, certain Pentagon specialists and stuff like that, defense part department. And my realization of the truth and how they candidly told me I didn't even believe it when they said it. Like certain shit they said, I was, I'm gun ho, Trump, Trump, Trump.
hmm
Then I started looking at it because what they always ended, every single one of them, these people don't know each other, but they always ended with, look at the results. Down with 3D chess movements. The results should tell you everything. And once I started paying attention to just results, it got layered on layered easier for me. Like I'm starting to rapidly. That's why I can visually come out there and just you see
Makes
this
sense. It clicks
30
all of a sudden.
seconds, 30-second clip, and I got all the information out perfectly. I done a number of things to get it out there in that way. First thing I do is I don't try to be first person to get the information out. The best reviews are in the comments.
Yes, I agree.
The best, especially on the viral thing. Just go scroll and pay attention to that. If you want a key to success on virality, it's the person who's scared to say it verbally.
Mm-hmm.
And I always take something somebody else said and throw it in at the end. I make sure to throw it in at the end because that way they accept it. Like I said the same thing, except instead of he took my message.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it
You know what
makes
I'm
sense.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of it has to do. I try telling people. There's so many people since I started Bridge. People like people in my family, people that I used to be friends with, some people that I still am friends with. Those are the ones I respect. But people attacking me, man. And it's like, all right, you have this wild opinion that's against mine. Well, what are you doing with it? So I started Bridge because I'm sick of all this shit. But I didn't start Bridge so that you could tell me what I need to talk about. With all due respect, go ahead and start your own podcast. Well, like, what are you doing? Like, what I'm saying, I'm going to scream it out for the whole world to see. What you're saying in a private chat room in a DM directly to me. We are not the same, you know?
We're
And
not.
but we need more people like us, whether it's on, I'm a free speech advocate, so I don't care what, but people just need to speak their truths. That's how we get into this
Let me
situation.
let me send a message out to these fucking slaves.
Do it.
To
Preach.
every last one of you sheep-minded slaves. Let us free people fucking talk. It's obvious you ain't free from the motherfucking bondage that you put on your fucking self, or you've been programmed or psyop to believe. If you still haven't gotten the fact that both left and right, without one shadow of a doubt, Apex pays and lobbies for both of them. And if you haven't got that, you are the dumbest motherfucker on this planet.
Or if you
You
don't, or if you
got to
justify
get,
it.
you got, because you're willing to justify something that literally goes against you. And without the results of what you're trying to justify, all you do is doing candor. Just blatant disrespectfully talking. That's all you doing. You ain't did shit towards yourself. And the only thing that you can change is your house. If you focus on the place that's here, the other things outside of it become 10 times clearer.
Amen.
That's no joke.
No, it's not. Amen. You're right. It's just I think this goes back a long time, 20 years specifically. It's just amazing to watch people, like you said, go against their own morals because they're told how to feel. An example here is like, we know that like aluminum's not going to break through steel, right? You know where I'm going with this one. Um, but people will just dismiss that, justify it, all this because they don't want to be wrong. Because if they start to realize that, oh, you're right, aluminum wouldn't cut through steel like that, then it means they're wrong. They've had misplaced anger the last 20 years, and they've been wrong this whole time, and that's a big thing to admit. That's hard to admit. It was hard for me to
I,
admit.
it was hard for me, bro. It was
It's
hard for me, bro. I've been screaming this whole entire time for this thing that I had to come to grips that like the liberals was right about one thing. Whenever they don't have an answer for certain things, they always used to say, well, it's both sides.
mm-hmm.
And I started to realize, I just witnessed how we just ostracized ourselves on the right side in just a matter of moments, just because.
Mm-hmm.
And once that was being developed, that's why I developed the Department of Common Sense. Because I don't want to be attached to those other departments. I don't want to be attached to the right or the left. Just common
Love that.
sense. Do my common sense tell me this right? If I can't prove it, I'm gonna be able to say, hey, I'm not Candace Owens. I ain't gonna sit there and draw it out. This shit don't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not Candace Owens. I'm not gonna sit there and try to get you to come back next week. If I know something, I'm gonna aggressively say it in 30
Yeah.
seconds
You
or
know,
less.
you mentioned Nick before and then Candace. I think these people are the product of our leaders failing us for so long. I mean, first time I heard Nick Fuentes' name was after Charlie.
Mm.
And the reason he was on my feed is because people were angry. It's like it reminds me of like the Joker. You know, you don't agree with what the Joker does, but he's a product of like what, of his surroundings, chaos,
And this is exactly the same meaning. This is why I I never criticize Nick and his ways or his method of getting his message across. I never criticize him because if I do that to him, it should be done to me. And I don't believe in that. And let me be even more frank. I don't think he said nothing wrong because a lot of things that I even take offense to, I said my damn self and I still take offense to it because I got a lot of pent up feminine energy for being raised the way I was
Oh, you
raised.
got
You
this.
know what I'm saying? It's just me being real. But I even said that the only way I was gonna get that lesson that I got was from jail. So I couldn't be mad at Nick from saying it again from his perspective just because he's saying it as a white man. That go right against what I. It's like people don't understand what's contradictory to one another to have understanding. That's why when I stand on something, I already understood what it was contradictory to, and I'm standing on this because it's 100% stupid what you believe.
That's why you're separated from other people. I mean, the fact that you can look at your behavior and say, "Hey, I act this way." I have flaws too. I have a temper sometimes. I have, I'm always going to be working on my flaws. But I think what really helps is the fact that, like, when I do react a certain way or I have a certain reaction to something, I know why I'm acting that way. And you said, you have things because of the way you were brought up. Once we know why we act certain ways, that's a superpower in changing
It's
our behavior. And that's what I'm applying here to my whole world outlook. Like, I don't want to be the guy who's like defending what or no, defending what I believe. So I'm justifying all these actions of Israel because I support Israel. I can look at the information, get new information, and say I was wrong, or I'm changing my stance here, because that's what we do. It's
and as a country, that's what we're supposed to stand on. But they saying you're not allowed to change your mind and have free thought if you believe this at one point. And I'm like, no, I greatly stand on what I just learned. It fucked me up, but if I don't accept and apply, see, this is people problem. Accepting and applying. Because applying causes you to put it towards your life and see what's beneficial,
mm-hmm.
what you should give your energy to. Chess and the stock market is the only two things that ever taught me that. Because they so realistic to your survival of winning. If you don't accept that the stock market went down, you be like, okay, it's just gonna go back up. And you didn't hear Donald Trump say he give him 90 days on this tariff, and you didn't you put your contract in for 60 days instead of 90. You got a contract for 60 days on an open market stock like Nivea or something, and you just lost all your fucking money because on the 90th day it went up.
Mm.
And you didn't understand what he was saying because you didn't accept and apply. I accept I just lost $1,000. Let me take this money that's already in there before I lose it all and apply this new information that I got from Trump. Once you've been able to do that, you can move freely. I play puzzle games of chess every single day. I play at least 50 games every single day. And it don't take long. Probably like 2, 3 hours. But it's like throughout the day, I'm just because my brain running so fast.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I
a pacer, man. I pace back and forth.
and I get that, bro, and I start countering what people gonna say. This how I get so good on the internet. I had to counter my mom, and my mom asked me stupid, dumbass questions all the time, and I had to ask her, well, what part of that worked? How this turned out for you? What you did for this? And then I tell black folks, since you do know that there was Jim Crow, you do know there was fucking slavery, ain't a soul on this fucking planet that don't know what happened with the white folks. What the fuck you gonna do about it?
Yeah,
Cry? You gonna keep on crying?
do the
Well, you
same
stay
thing.
your bitch ass over there crying while I go make this shit happen. Cause everybody else moving in and doing the same shit. Somalians moved in and they fucking in the government.
Insanity.
This shit is insanity. They getting their prayer done over the intercom and you talk about what the fuck somebody used to do.
Yep.
You still holding yourself back on some used to shit because you too stupid to fucking change your own shit right now.
Easy, man.
You talking to somebody that just left a fucking underneath a bridge, eating out the fucking trash.
Mm-hmm.
Only body held me, hold me back was me.
Yep. You've been on both sides.
I've been on both sides. That's why I stand and talk the way I talk. That's why can't nobody make me feel shame in no type of way. Can't nobody make me feel play. My account say don't feel play, sir. You
Mm,
come from nothing.
mm.
You come from nothing.
My
And not to put no added junk on this, but I don't charge people out their ass for to do no shit like this. I want to get that voice out so you, because you decided to mess with me, you should have a platform,
Amen.
a bigger one.
You know, I'll pass it
Because
on to the
I
next
don't
guy.
plan on doing all this work by myself. I plan on feeding that same information that George Soros do
We can't.
with my billions.
We can't do it alone. They're not.
No,
They're
no,
not.
bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy. You know, you're gonna like this. I saw it was a black guy on Instagram, some content creator, and he was praising in it. He like praised Lyndon B. Johnson as a pioneer in the civil rights movement. I'm like, you know, that's the dude who said, oh, we're gonna throw all the black people in inner cities, remove the fathers, introduce drugs, and we'll have those voting Democrat for the next 200 years. And he was right. And now, 150 years later, this guy's posting saying that Lyndon B. Johnson was a major figure in the in the civil rights movement. It blows my mind. It really does.
And you know it's crazy how they can warp reality right now, faced with all the technology going on. That's the most insane shit in the world. That you don't believe your own eyes because the story offends you.
Wait, so hang on. So that's coming from a black guy talking about Lyndon B. Johnson. That's how I feel when I see Christians here that are Zionist. It's like,
How do they go together, sir? The
whoa,
person that you
yeah,
worship, they killed. Let's be real. The person that you said was your entry to life, they don't think he nobody.
that's what
But we are
they
not
believe he's
allowed to
not the
say that. Now
Messiah.
let me show you something. Let me show your audience something real quick. I hope they can hear me. Fuck white people. Fuck President Trump. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Kamala Harris. Fuck Muslim people. Fuck Asian people. Fuck Hindu people. Fuck the Middle East people. Now who I can't say fuck? Thank you.
Whoa,
Now that should tell you all the power that fucking
whoa,
gets right there.
yeah, dude, it's crazy. Wow. Can I play your Candace clip for my people?
Man,
Just
play it for me, bro.
in case, yeah, I took the clip from your page here. Let's play it. Just for anybody who doesn't know who you are or whatever.
Remember, I don't make these rules. I just follow them. And so I'd like to show you another comedian from my tribe. His name is Ace Smartz, and he's going to make a funny too. And remember, it's never violent as long as we're telling jokes and it's said in front of a comedian. Take it away, Ace Smartz.
No one in the United States should be retiring at 65 years old. Frankly, I think retirement itself is a stupid idea unless you have some sort of health problem.
I wonder if I slap the out you, would that be anti-Semitic? Because I don't want to be anti-Semitic. I just want to slap the out you. Shut the I'm so sick of you cornball ass trying to stay relevant in front of that podcast equipment. Shut the up. You want us to go to work and grind for the rest of our life while you sit in front of the thing and sound intelligent? Shut the up.
Yep.
I speak for everybody that ever woke up on a Monday morning. Shut the
Passionate, hilarious, relatable. It's funny. As long as it's a joke, it's funny. Right?
Yep.
French people colluding to assassinate people is very
Yep.
funny.
They made jokes cool.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's funny because it's true, right?
Yep.
I
It's
mean,
only funny because it's true. And I learned doing stand-up comedy, that's the most funniest shit in the world.
the true
It's why
stuff,
you got people like Dave Chappelle.
the relatable stuff. I gotta watch his new special. I heard he's like stirring up shit with that.
Bro, Dave Chappelle is one person I have modeled a lot of what I do in far as not just being in one box with comedy. Because
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna like when I first started comedy, I didn't do jokes that'll touch white people. They wouldn't even understand most of the time, most of the jokes I did when I first started. And the more I branched out being a DJ and stuff, having that background as a DJ, I started being able to read the crowd and go on the fly. And I was able to reach people that I wasn't ever expecting. Like just the other day, I did Good Morning Australia. You know what I'm saying? And like, y'all know me in Australia, so it gave me like that little extra win to be like, hey, Ben Shapiro, shut
Yeah.
up. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like,
seriously, that's not what everyday Americans think. You know, while we're here and we have all these problems, I mean, my wife and I feel like we're doing okay compared to other people, people we went to school with, but it's still like hard.
yeah.
And it's like we're still struggling in areas, and so are so many other people in Israel. They're thriving. They're getting like the Israeli government's getting more and more power, while our problems are getting worse every day. They're getting my wife. We had a baby a little over a year ago. He's 14 months. When she went on maternity leave, it was like 6 months before she got what she was supposed to get from her maternity leave. Meanwhile, in Israel, they get paid per child per month. And then when that child turns 18, they get $10,000 they could use to invest into an account that they could use to invest. What do we get? Trump just did what? What was it, like
Nothing.
$100 for every newborn born
Did
after?
somebody
Like,
did somebody fucking lie to you and tell you some shit like
it's
you
nuts.
don't know the protection that Israel give us in the Middle East? Tell us. Cause as of now, we don't fucking get it. You can't tell me this why it's the dumbest shit to me. You can't tell me that this many people had that many problems with them. They didn't eradicate them. They didn't kill them. They kicked them.
So I have a repair business and I go into homes all the time, and I have customers from all over, and I've had a few Jewish customers recently, Israeli, and they're nice people. They are, but like in the last month, I've had two of them that are traveling to Israel on vacation to either visit family or whatever it is, and it's like I thought they're at war over there. It doesn't sound like very wartime. It just doesn't seem very, it just definitely seems like there's a lot of double standards. Like the argument, oh, they protect us over there, that they're ridiculed, they're under persecution there. Well, then why are they flying there to go? It just doesn't make sense. And I want to go myself. I've never been to Israel. I want to go. I want to tour the Holy Land, but I also just want to see some things for myself. I know they're not all bad people over there, but we're talking about the government. When I say these things, I want everybody to know that I want to be clear. I'm talking about Zionism
The
in the
government.
government.
And like
Yeah.
I want to say something too and stand on exactly what you just said. We're talking clearly about just the government. I don't want to confuse it with random people that don't have no power, bro. Like I'm not talking about y'all.
Hmm.
This is a power dynamic.
We could talk about our government all day
The
long.
few people, the few versus the many elite.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like they almighty over the billions of people. And it's like we're not gonna get it because we're so focused on Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk and who's lying about what. And let's be honest. Let's be honest. You they Charlie dead. We just got the information for JFK 75 years later, damn near, bro.
Yep.
Focus on your house.
It's convenient that Charlie's dead because he said he had something really big he was going to release. He was about to
Focus
release.
on your house. That's why I was about to say something and I won't say it because I don't. But we could talk about that offline. But and they'll know I know that information wholeheartedly, so I couldn't even disclose it in no type of way.
Yeah, I don't
But
want you to back
the
yourself.
things that I know is causing me to be like, bro, I promise y'all, I know what type of power y'all got. I was gonna leave you alone. I don't want to talk about you. I know what type of power you got. I lost 18 TikTok pages, 6 Instagram pages, and 7 Facebook pages, 4 YouTube pages. I lost it all, bro.
Yeah, but you're peddling propaganda. It's like it's amazing what people are going to say. Propaganda doesn't come from independent people like you and me. It comes from governments.
It come from government. And once I start saying that, like I showed you with my TPUSA badge,
Hmm.
I was the only person that paid to be there, and I didn't have to pay.
Look, I'm
I
wearing the TPA shirt, the Freedom shirt.
I chose to be there, and I couldn't unfeel or see what I felt, bro. Nobody talked to me aggressively. Nobody made me feel wrong. I just know to go off my first instinct for going to jail so many times. You know what I'm saying? Living in jail is even worse.
It's nuts. I mean, with the people at the TPA, you don't know who's out to get you. That's the problem, you know?
That's exactly why I don't want to. That's why I didn't want you to associate what time I was coming because you paid for the flight. I paid for my own everything because I wanted to be amongst the black conservatives. And once I got there, I say, wait a minute, none of y'all paid to be here. Hmm. They paid a room full of people to come sit in there. Okay. That make a lot of sense. Then I thought, then the new TPA USA thing, they sent me the email. I mean, yeah, they sent me a personal email. Hey, we'd love for you to come out. If you come, we'll give you a roommate. We'll comp your flight. This and that. We'll have you a voucher for food to eat. And my girl was able to sign up for it. She don't have a number like 200 followers. She got the same thing I was about to get. And I was like, wait a minute. First of all, that don't feel exclusive for me. All the work I put in, that I have to share a room with somebody. So I was like, well, let me make her share the room with me. And then I just kept on saying, how you felt last time you went? I said, like a jackass. I felt like I wasted my time to hear people banner about shit that I already know. Now, see, because the banner don't mean nothing. They could put on shows and big lights and make it look expensive and lavish. The message.
Mm-hmm. Not Charlie's
Fuck
message.
America, stand with Israel.
Yep.
We gotta. Charlie Kirk died, and Candace Owens is the most evil person alive, and I stand with Israel. That's what she said. I forgive the killer. Fuck Candace Owens with her evil ass blaming people that I love.
Just trying to find, only because the investigation sucked and didn't happen, nonetheless.
You fucked us up when you gave us AI. You made us question everything anyway.
Yep.
Now you don't get fucking mad that we questioning every fucking thing. We don't believe shit. Now when we see that SORA, we know exactly what that means. Now we gotta look in the background for certain lines. You didn't think we was paying attention getting programmed? You programmed us.
You want to talk about AI? What do you think of this one? Everyone says this one's AI. I don't know. Could be.
It's convenient what's AI.
I know.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
They say that it's AI. They also say that the starving Palestinian kids are AI too. When you see human bone.
And
AI.
what I learned about AI is those videos are never more than a couple of seconds.
What was that?
Those videos are never more than a couple of seconds with AI. So when you see the Palestinian kids get shot at and all of that, that's real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw the last 10 minutes of like a first responder's life in the ambulance, and it's terrible shit. But that's the power to it. It's like, now I showed this. First of all, here's what's the same guy, that guy that I just pulled up on the screen. Here he is again. That's with his head covering off. Can you see that?
I see it.
I don't see any mark there, but you know, Trump didn't have a mark on his ear, right? So, wait, I got one more. The actual video. I showed this video before I saw it online. When I just saw the video, I sent it to somebody in my family who's a firefighter, first responder, and I said, you know, explain this. Come on, here we go. You know, why he has so much blood all over his face, but his gauze is completely dry. Wouldn't they wrap his face? And he had so many justifications. Oh, it's a crisis event, so they just wrap you and they move on. I'm like,
you gotta see where the wound at.
I'm like,
how you gonna see it with all that blood on it?
It's nuts. First of all, second of all, this guy, his eyes just like he.
To fight this bloodthirsty, ravaging hatred. That's why I'm here.
Le message doit.
It just doesn't seem genuine to me. Is my thing.
No, I call bullshit. I got a video of that where I call bullshit.
And so my friend, he says, yeah, that's not how I would do it, and it's definitely not what's supposed to be done. But I'm like, how many justifications are you gonna do before you believe your own eyes? You're a professional in this field. Believe your own freaking eyes for a second.
Believe your own eyes and your expertise. And he's so programmed. This is when you realize, damn, I gotta find my own tribe, because I want to talk, but I can't with these sheep.
If it looks like shit, it smells like shit, tastes like shit.
It's
probably
shit.
Is shit. You shouldn't let somebody tell you it's not, you know? Like,
so you could taste it. You know, another thing that kind of brought me to the realization that we've been programmed on another level. It was my first couple of weeks on TikTok, bro. They made a video about the furniture and the clothing and the bedspreads that we had in our house back then. And when I seen that it was so many white people in the comments that had the exact same upbringing as all my cousins, all the family members' houses I ever been to. And when I went in there, I said, damn, we was programmed. They didn't have different furniture though. Like all of us had the same upcoming. And it got to the point where I was like, yo, they really doing numbers. That's what allowed me to say, take the white man out of this. Because if we can hate ourselves right now, knowing black folks, listen to me good. You will say that the white folks forced us to hate ourselves, that it was programming onto us over years for us to do that. Who do you think programmed them? You you just gonna leave it at that?
Keep
You ain't
it.
gonna never go, because you obviously know there's them, and your results, we're going back to the results. Your results are you still not there. Immigrants has moved in and became a higher percentage than you. You kill your babies at a rapid rate.
Mm.
And you ask for equality while doing dumb shit. But you know what's going on, and you refuse to change it because you feel like what? They gonna blow up Tulsa again? You ain't no gangster. You can come kill me, but you ain't gonna let them blow up Tulsa again? You a gangster? I thought you had a switch, nigga. Stop blaming the fucking other program bots. You see how they fucking feel? That's why the white folks are waking up the way they are. They like, damn, we didn't have nothing to do with it, because they fucking didn't.
Mm.
And they are the same group that was singing Lil Wayne with us. We was cool then. We grew up singing Blink 182, and I went to an all-black school.
Mm.
It was cool then. Don't try to make that message without going to look at the source. That's why you never got a result that you didn't like. Stupid motherfucker.
Yep. There's something lacking with certain people that just can't get over the race thing on both sides, you know? It's like, that is so not the point. Like, that is just, you're just sitting in your own shit when that's all you think about all day.
And then guess what? It go back to accept and apply. You accept it, but you never applied it. You accept the white man kept you down and all this other shit, but you never applied it to see past that. So now it's just pure rage. You got nothing else to offer nobody but rage. How you felt about something. He shouldn't have said this. And guess what? This is why I said fuck the white people, fuck the Jewish, fuck all these other people. And I said who I couldn't say.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they had that type of power, you wouldn't be able to say it, stupid motherfucker.
Clip right there. It's true. It's very true, man. And then you know what they do to distract you? They'll you wanted to bring this one up. They'll pull someone like Nicki Minaj on stage, and it's all okay.
There you go. But guess what? They talked about when Megan Thee Stallion was on stage, Cardi B,
Yeah.
and Taylor Swift, and Beyonce. That made you mad because you was on the right, they was on the left.
Mm-hmm.
You could stand on something then. Nah, bitch ass nigga, it's the same fucking psyop what she was during the election when she couldn't say she fucked with Trump. Where she was then.
Mm-hmm.
Why you motherfuckers ain't bring her out before Charlie died? Huh?
No, yeah, it's crazy. Last I heard of Nicki Minaj, I saw her on my feed. She was advocating for Palestinian kids and for the things going on in Sudan, and people were trying to label her as an anti-Semite. I guess that's not. I tried to do a little research before we started. I didn't see anything on that. I did see like old posts of her advocating for Palestinians, but now it's like the tune's completely changed. It's just weird. It's a little weird to see her on that stage, but what do I know? You know,
Man, you know everything you see. See, one thing I ain't is playing blind. I'm strategically saying shit moving a certain way because of how many times I lost my page. So certain things you'll never hear me just outright say, so I have to make funnies about it. And it's only when it's allowed with them. This is why I always have a clip version, and they hit so well because the clip is giving me leeway to say it. You posted it, not me. You know what I'm saying? And that way I can always say shit like, you won't, because notice what Ben said when he in that clip of me on Candace Owens. Americans shouldn't retire at 65.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say Israelis. He didn't say nobody else. He didn't say Uganda. He said Americans. That gave me all the right to say fuck you.
Keep working. Yeah.
You keep working while I stand in front of this thing and tell you how I should feel, how you should feel on a moral basis all day, because I'm the principle of morals.
Yep.
I'm the principle of morals. Guess what?
Walking around with this security team.
We don't give a fuck. Your This is why I always interact, and I'm so quick. You notice it didn't take you long to talk to me, right? Because I'm so quick to interact because I'm showing you every day. This shit don't mean nothing. It don't mean shit to have 1 million followers. It don't mean
Yeah.
shit.
It's kind of like the value of $1 to me has become zero. It's just a promise, you know. So it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. Can't
It
take it
don't
with
mean
you.
anything at the end of the day unless you use it for beneficial purposes. There ain't gonna be no moment where you think I'm compromised because I done already outsourced this money. This don't have to pay me a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got a business that's running 24/7, don't ever have to shut down. I know
Mm-hmm.
the stock market. Nobody saw me put my social security number on that market and said he can't sign up for Weeble. He can't day trade. We're not gonna allow him to day trade. Nobody ever did that. When I realized ain't nobody holding me back but me, I said, well, they gonna let me play this game and I'm gonna play accordingly because what they already own. This is why I told you I'm giving I'm giving a media outlet. They created something where they can pay people to come. I want people to just want to come out on their own.
Yep.
You don't
And
need no incentives for the truth.
we're not going to get paid, but we will risk our livelihood or reputations. You know, it's like that's what we're up against. That's what it is.
You think
Well,
Charlie Kirk name going anywhere?
mm-mm.
What we living for then? Like, and it's like it's one of those things like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Now you have to say Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
You
Wow.
always have to say Michael Jackson.
Mm.
Legendary.
That's another one that I'm just kind of waking up to now with everything that he went through with this, you know.
And you didn't realize it.
I didn't
See,
know
this
before.
this
No,
is
I
how
just
deep
thought
the
he was
cover
some
up.
pedo. To be
You
honest, like
thought
I am sorry, Michael Jackson,
we
because
all thought he was,
I believe some bullshit. I did.
bro.
But I'm
There
big
are
enough to
so
say
many.
that I was played like a violin and I was wrong.
And I can say it too. We all had jokes about. I can go show you clips from everything, from 1990s, 1980s, where they had jokes about Michael Jackson messing with little kids, but it was like funny enough to get a pass. But we
Hmm.
all believed it. We all talked about it in our barbershop. This ain't just a white person thing that you thought. It's a black person thing. Like, damn, he is a little weird. And we had to realize why he was weird, because he wasn't. And they had psyoped us to believe that the one man that can touch everybody in the entire world, he's been dead since 2009, and kids are doing his dance right now. Prince ain't doing that.
In a world that's gone insane, sanity seems crazy.
It is crazy. And I started learning how crazy it was when I saw a certain individual. I won't say his name either, but he's a titan from basketball. Let me just say that. And he was laughing at my videos, and he watched 6 or 7 videos back to back and was like, yeah, follow him on this phone for me so I can always
Hmm.
watch him. And just to know that, you know, the GOAT watching me,
Got to speak up.
the GOAT is watching me. I just couldn't fathom that for the first time I heard it, and then I was like, okay, well, let me step into the plate, and I started getting people reaching out to me like Chili from TLC. Shout out to Chili, she's an angel. That lady is so beautiful to me, like and like spiritually more so than her outwardly, but it comes outwardly. Her spirit is so beautiful to me, and I started reaching out to all these people that can't say certain things.
Hmm.
I didn't realize how tied down you are, no matter what level you on, if you don't build what's on your chest, freedom. So to all you
And
sheep, let us free people talk,
you
baby.
find yourself in a position where you want to go run for re-election, but no, you can't do it if you don't do this. But you can do that if you build your platform from the beginning on integrity and on, you know, I had one of my bigger guests on the show was Billy Premfa. He was running for Congress, District 9, and he was just so sincere. Unfortunately, he just dropped out of the race. And the reason is he's not insane. He's not going to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. And he knows that there's other things that we need to fix right now before we can even elect more politicians. Because if we're
Facts.
electing them into a system that's already rigged, nothing's gonna change.
This is what they don't understand. We have more control over what's happening in our state than we do in the federal district. Like
Yeah.
that is we can literally put a chokehold on this whole state if you were smart, you'll use the police in your neighborhood like your army. If you was trying to build community, and that way you know for a fact that the tyrannical government could never be tyrannical because we already
Well,
infrastructure.
our founding fathers predicted this day, and
They
people
did.
are still like, "Nah, it's not happening." Well,
They went to a whole war behind 3% tax on tea.
mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear shit that was like they
We're sending
told that
$5
whole.
billion a year.
Come on, they told France a new ass because they ain't want to listen to nobody. And all of a sudden now we have to bow down and say, "Hey man, I stand with Israel over America first." And you anti-Semitic if you don't care about what happened in Australia over the stuff that just happened in your neighborhood. You can't make me feel no type of way when you don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody spending no money, giving us no money for the combat crime in the inner cities that we live in that affects us. You can't tell me something happened across the water that I've never been to, and I'm just supposed to feel so empathetic to you that I pour out all my tax dollars. And I'm so sorry, but man, I'm not. I'm numb. They made it this way, or maybe you did. Whoever did, I'm not privy to that information.
Mm-hmm.
I won't even allude to nobody on that because that's not right. Again, I don't want nobody to do the same thing to me. Once I understand that, you can't fucking psyop me in the more dumb shit.
It's hard to be propagandized when you have that rock. You know, your
I'm
moral.
so glad you woke, bro. Like, damn, bro. I'm so
I would
glad
have never
you
called myself woke.
not.
Terms like this are used though. They're
That's
used.
true.
So
That's true.
people hear it like, oh, they hear the term woke or
I'm still programmed.
anti-Semite or whatever they hear. They hear these words. I guarantee you there's going to be at least one person that doesn't watch this whole podcast episode because somebody else said it has anti-Semitism. We haven't said anything anti-Semitic, but it's like
No, we made
people are
sure we
just so
disclaimer
tuned
that
in.
up because we understand people got emotional feelings. My black people have emotional feelings. Let
Yeah.
me let me say it so it can be clear worded, bro. My black people have emotional triggers about certain words.
Mm-hmm.
Slavery is one of them words, just like Holocaust is for the Jewish people. And I won't play with those words. But the shit that's happening in my face, I'm so numb to that with my family members. I cannot have this empathy that you is willing to pay for. Obviously, you told us you're gonna get 100 pastors, pay them a couple of $1,000 to combat anti-Semitism. Listen, I promise you, if you was to clean up one of these streets, just one, I go to bat for every Jewish person in the world, especially Israel. Just give me one city where the kids have something other to do than this, and we combat something with them. If we can do that, bro, I promise you, we gonna beat the fuck out some Muslim people for y'all, man. I'm just saying, and I'm being funny with it, but at the same time, I'm being serious. Like, we can't just keep hearing that you gave some money to these top creators to do it, and then the pastor that already got the bins that's preaching hope, he get another bins. That's not helping us, sir.
Yep. And then when they cover it up, like they don't want people to know about the Esther Project. But still, like that's proven, okay? Israel has $1 million propaganda campaign called the Esther Project to pay influencers, not just influencers. It's not limited to just influencers. It could be it could be pastors, it could be musicians, it could be comedians, it could be anybody on Instagram or social media, right? And yet people are still like, oh, Tucker's a Qatari shill. He's getting paid by Qatar. What's Qatar's $1 million propaganda project called again? I forget. There isn't one. Oh, sorry.
And until you able to name that and it's not just theory in your mind, that's another reason why I keep saying this is why I don't really have videos that don't hit because I have waited to hear exactly the bullshit you about to tell me. And I'm going to use your bullshit to make people realize that you wouldn't accept that no other time.
Mm-hmm.
You would never accept that no other time if somebody told you that bullshit.
Yep.
And I'm clever enough to put it in a joke.
It's because when they tell us this bullshit, they incite emotion. So emotion, it removes logic from the equation. Then they could get the masses to do whatever. They could quite literally get away with murder.
You can't say civil rights without a
If
black
they
person
make
feeling some type
they
of
make
way.
us hate Muslims enough, then they could wipe them all out in the Middle East, and they don't have to answer to anybody.
They don't have to answer to anybody, and they can build Gaza. They can restore Gaza, and Trump can come on there and casually say about, well, we're gonna move them over here, and we're gonna get those guys. And you casually say that, like, and then talk about rebuilding and getting people to invest in these buildings. If Israel is such this intelligent agency that we have, why wasn't they able to aim those bombs a little better?
Yeah, killing their own
Like,
hostages.
you didn't have we had a team that went in and got, I mean, this is what we seen in Zero Dark 30. We had a team that went and got Osama bin Laden at his house. They didn't blow up a motherfucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was intelligence. That was what you call intelligence.
And apparently they're the most intelligent. So
And they're the most intelligent. I want you to register that. The most intelligent people just leveled that motherfucker. They couldn't even distinguish the kids from the Hamas people. They didn't know that if they was in there, they could go up in
Hamas's
there and get
gone.
them.
Yeah, I mean, look at Google Maps. People could look at Google Maps and it's like completely different.
It's gone. It went from a paradise city, developing paradise city. You wouldn't even believe it was a paradise city. This
We'll
motherfucker
never
looks like
know
Puerto
now.
Rico or something.
I'll never go. I'll never be able to see it. So, I mean,
And I never go either. And I had friends that I dealt with that went and was telling me, "Oh, you need to go visit Israel." And I'm like, bro, I have all intentions on making it here. I have all intentions on being America first. My people don't know that is a strategic manner of which I talk about them in order to get the ears of the masses. This is why I drop so many videos a day. I'm doing my own programming, and it's gonna do what theirs took 100 years to do.
as long as it's sincere, we do it with
It's sincere.
integrity, and we're speaking truths that, then that's what makes it work. And then that's what makes it so people can't shoot it down.
That's
You
exactly
can't.
where you could just call me a coon, or you could just say that chain fake, or
Mhm.
look at him, his teeth yellow, because I drink a lot of coffee, whatever.
That's all they could say, though.
That's all you can say, but you can't combat what I just said, because 9 times out of 10, I'm sarcastically using your words in a different scenario to see if you'll believe it, and you won't. And that offends you that you don't know what you've been absorbing
Sure
this whole
does.
time.
Sure does. Yep. It's
I'm
like,
done.
and you know what? Charlie was really good at seeing stuff like that. When he didn't dismiss information. So I think of this video. I think it was where things changed for him. Some guy comes up to him and says, "Charlie, what?" He's talking about 9/11. Do you know what video I'm talking about?
Yep.
It's a very specific one, and you could see it
Yep.
almost change in Charlie's eyes. It's like the first debate. I feel like he didn't truly win.
And he accepted and applied from that win. And I
I
know
know he
exactly
went
what you're
home that
talking about.
night and he researched, he looked into what that kid said. I know for sure. And the timeline matches up because then here we are a few months later. And
It's
it's
a
like,
snowball effect. Now I'm one of
exactly.
those people that I watch scary movies, and this is like an analogy. I watch scary movies and I always ask, why would they do that knowing he gonna do this?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So in that same instance, if I know if they kill Charlie Kirk or they'll shoot at President Trump, either way, whether they real or not, let's say that. But I don't stand a piss hole chance. So let me develop the skills necessary and work within, bro. Like it's not a bad thing to accept certain things, because if there's no getting around it, like for example, you gotta accept the fact that you gotta have bills no matter what.
Yeah, sure.
Whether you happy, sad, you got it, you don't, your kid need help, you got
Tell that to my
surgery.
wife. We're always going to have bills.
We're gonna always have bills. And once you accept it, you kind of get to this little threshold where you can breathe a little
Well,
bit.
yeah, because the thing is, we shouldn't let numbers on a piece of paper dictate our whole lives. That's all
Yes,
they are. Doesn't mean you should let debt stack up, but at the end of the day, that's all it is. Numbers on a piece of paper.
that's it. If that's all you have is numbers on a piece of paper, treat it like the tool that it is. Because you don't take the money, and it's a good gem. Money has no value because what you will spend it on. You like headphones, you like new cars. That's more important than that money because you spent the money on it.
Yeah. Money is just
I,
a promise for value.
it's just a promise for to get those things. And once you obtain those things, it's even less of a desire to do anything with the money. But because I have these, we all have those fantasies where we're looking at the big house and we talk about this grand dream, especially when you want riding with your girl, going to look at houses and stuff like that. Just dreaming. We all dream. This was the miracle was for.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like people like Ben Shapiro just asked us to, hey, fuck your situation. Look at Israel. Give us a little more praise than you giving us, and we'll pay you so you can have a pretty decent life. If not, don't just go to work till you dead. I don't give a damn. You shouldn't retire. And that was so insulting to people that you really think you are the voice to tell people that they shouldn't retire.
Mm-hmm.
Because of these few scenarios where they say people retire from their job and they die shortly after. Well, ask that motherfucking rich motherfucker when he gonna die.
Yeah.
Cause he old as the motherfucker too. He ain't never worked. So what you trying to say? And they don't make sense when they say it because they don't look at the opposite to consider. They never consider. You so stuck on I can't be like this that I can't even hear this person out. AOC said some things that I hate that stupid motherfucker for, but she said some real shit a couple
What'd she
times that
say?
made me be like, I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was more so like the fear is on both sides, some type of thing like that, and it was like, oh, she been said this. This was like during the election or right before, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, okay, hey, maybe I need to listen to her a little bit more. And I think some of these people are just programmed, like in the sense that white people didn't know they was getting programmed to hate black people forever. Black people didn't know they was getting programmed to hate themselves forever. You know what I'm saying? So that was the same programming. And if I accept that, let me accept this and let me see what I can apply once I accept that.
Yeah.
And the snowball effect of that causes you to constantly see common sense for what it is because you're just a baby at this new information that you want to learn. It's the reason why we just waking up to this. Nobody was talking about Israel last year. Nobody heard Israel's name last year. You know what I'm saying? And they might have had a few people that always brought it up and stuff, but it wasn't as potent as it is now with how we getting this information and we looking up stuff and we like, oh, that's really true. Then they say they mistake our boat in the water. You mistake the American boat with the American name and the flag on it? And we supposed to think you're the intelligent one? What? We stupid to
Crazy.
believe that you're intelligent for mistaking our American boat. Then say, oh, my bad. Oopsie daisy. Look it over here, man. We got killed about. What? Look over there. You know my cousin that was on that boat? And they don't want us to look in who did that.
Can't make this stuff up.
You can't. You can't. I'm glad I was able to get that out, bro. Thank you, bro. Because some
Thank you,
things I
man.
can't say.
Thank you for doing this. You know, we're coming up on an hour. We should wrap it up soon, but this is what we need. You know, we need
Yeah,
people
bro.
just coming together and talking, telling their truths and not being afraid to do so.
Yeah,
And
bro.
we need to stand behind the people like Miss Rachel and people who are, getting ridiculed for just advocating for innocence. It's really nuts. It really blows my mind. We still need to condemn things like anti-Semitism and whatnot, but we also need to realize that something that happens in Bondi Beach in Australia has nothing to do with Palestinian kids. You know, it's like that happens. They create emotion. People double down on their support for Israel, and then Israel goes and does whatever they want in the Middle East. It's like a pattern I'm seeing. We need to stop it. Just recognize it. So if there's anything I could say to people listening, it's what I said before. If it smells like shit, tastes like shit, looks like shit, don't
It's
let them
shit.
tell you it's candy.
It's shit. You don't need to taste it to see that. That's facts.
Yeah. You have anything else, Ace, you want to get off your chest?
No, bro, I appreciate you for having me on, man. Y'all make sure y'all go check out the Bridge podcast, man. You make sure you tune in. These boys talk the real. I love it.
Yeah, man. Do you know Bridge stands for bringing Republicans, Independents, and Democrats to greater elevations? And
Get the fuck out of here. That's a great name, man.
that doesn't mean I'm going to cater to one, And when I started, I was more Republican leaning, but, I'm not going to conform to this world. I'm not going to compromise truth.
Facts. Because you still gonna have to answer for that lie that you told. and it's only you. There won't be no Jewish people up there answering questions for you with God.
Yes, sir.
There won't be no Christian people or Muslim people. Let me clear all that up. Won't be no Buddhist people up there. It would be just you.
Yeah.
My name Ace Smartz, and I actually know that to be true.
Thanks, man. And you could follow us on bridge.american on Instagram or bridge_American on Twitter. This will be on YouTube coming Tuesday. We'll have some clips. Thank you again, Ace. This was good, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
We should do this again sometime.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, man. We'll be in touch. Take it easy.
All right.
And thank you to everybody else who watched the full hour. Yeah, this was good. But I really hope you guys can understand that we're just doing what we think's best for the country. And I know a lot of people are saying that could be dangerous. You know, it's dangerous. What's more dangerous is what happens if we don't. Is if good men stand by and do nothing. I see a lot of that going around. So I hope we all just think about it a little bit. We'll see you on episode 10.